So this is my video that I'm gonna do, that I said I was gonna do ages ago. My cancer story. I found a lump. That's really cheesy. Well, I'm gonna start from the beginning. Basically, I found a lump on my nugget, on my left nugget, and I thought, I didn't think anything was happening. What are you doing? Don't put it on Instagram. I've had a couple of glasses of wine. I found a lump and I didn't think anything of it. Well, it wasn't a lump as such. It was like a hard, like bit like hard like area on my nut, and
testicle.
My testicle, and Alicia was pregnant at that time, and I didn't want any hassle, and I just ignored it for about a couple of months. I just thought, oh, it's just something. I'll just let it. It might go away or something. And then one day I just got into my truck at work, and I was driving along, and I was going over bumps and stuff, and it just started to hurt, and I thought, this isn't right. I've just got to go to the doctors. So that day I just made an appointment with my surgery, and I think it was the next day. I made an appointment for the next day, so I went and just bit the bullet and went. I just thought, yeah, what if it's something? It's probably nothing. And then I went to the doctors, and it was a woman, and she was like, well, I told her everything, and she was like, well, I'm gonna have to have a look. She's like, do you mind? And I was like, no. I was like, because you're quite fit, but anyway. And then no, it's really embarrassing. And then I just dropped trowel, and then she had a feel, and she was like, yeah, there's definitely something there. Like, she basically said, like, normally, like, to diagnose something like this, we need to remove it to do a biopsy. And I was just like,
You thought they were just going to remove the lump?
no, she said, or no, she
No,
said,
she didn't.
she said that sometimes they remove a bit, but she was just the doctor. Anyway, she referred me to a urologist. So this was, it must have been like a week later. She got me an appointment with the urologist. And Leash happened to have an appointment that day that I had an appointment. Different times.
Midwife appointment. Like
yeah, Leash had a midwife appointment, and went to town. She had her appointment, and then we went and got some lunch, and then I broke the news to Leash then and said, like, you're not the only one that's got an appointment today. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I've got an appointment. And I told her, like, I've found a lump. The doctor said there's something there, and I've got to see a urologist today. I was like, I didn't know how to tell you. But there wasn't really a good time or a good way to tell you, like, what was going on, because Alicia was pregnant. I didn't want any, like, I just didn't want to worry her. And
during
then
a week, weren't we? A week.
yeah, we're due in a.
Yeah.
Was it a week?
Yeah, it was a week.
Yeah, we were due. Alicia was due in a week. Yeah. Yeah, you were.
No, I was.
And then
No, I was due then. That day.
you was
Like,
due that day.
around that sort of
Yeah.
time.
And then
Because Roman was overdue.
I went and seen the urologist, and he just said it was a guy.
He was really nice.
Yeah, he was nice. Yeah, Alicia come in with me, and he was just like, yeah, there's something there. He said the word tumour, and as soon as he said that, I was just like, okay. And then he said, like, basically what the doctor said, they need to remove it to do a biopsy.
But we still thought they would just remove the little tiny lump.
No, he told me there and then.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Right,
We thought,
he said then,
we
yeah,
thought it was
take
just
the
a
whole,
tiny thing. But
my
it's
whole
a
nugget away. I was just like, okay.
Because there's more
He
chance.
was like, because if there's more chance in it spreading if they cut the lump off. They used to do that years ago, but now they just take the whole thing away because there's less chance, like a lot less chance of it spreading. And testicular cancer is, what I got told, one of the quickest cancers to spread if it's not sorted, because your lymph nodes are in your groin. You've got lymph nodes in your groin or something, and they, once they're in your lymph nodes, then it becomes very difficult to cure. Anyway, while this was going on, we had a baby. Had my boy. Oh no, actually that day I got home, and at the time we were living on our friend's farm in a caravan, and my best friend, and I called them over like to ours. I said, I've got something to tell you, and they were like, what's going on? They were worried that something happened to the baby, and they come into the caravan, and I just started like
Bawling.
I just said, I've got something to tell you, and then I just literally just broke down in tears, and I just couldn't talk. Leash had to tell them, because I was just like, I just felt like my life was over. I thought, I was only 23, I thought, why me? I'm just about to have a baby. Why me? It's not fair. And I just thought I was gonna die. Just the instant thought when they say tumour, you think cancer, and when you think cancer, you think death. Just thought, yeah. Anyway, a week later, it was a week later, wasn't it?
Where do I win?
We had Roman, happiest day of my life.
Yeah, it was.
That wasn't like the best experience, but we had him safe and sound. There was a few complications, but
Had to have C-section.
I had my firstborn baby. I was like, all I wanted. Happiest day of my life. And then
I had to have a C-section, so I was.
Leash had to have a C-section. Leash was like, not a cripple, but she couldn't do anything. Like, I had to help, but then I got an appointment.
4 days after, was it?
No, it was exactly a week later. We had Roman on Tuesday, and then I got a letter through the post saying I had to go in for the following week on the Tuesday, back up to the hospital. I was like, great.
That had to be done.
Anyway, so I went in. Leash, newborn baby. Yeah, and I went to the hospital, and when I was in the ward waiting to be seen, it was like a day case thing. I left that day. I had my operation about 11:30, and I left that day. What they did was cut on my pubis, made an incision on my pubis, pulled my nugget out with the cords, and then popped an implant in. So I got a fake nugget, which I love. Alicia's like, you had implants before me. Yeah, and I had the operation. Everything was fine. It was fine. Like I was alright within a week later, wasn't I?
Yeah, it's a bit funny though, because neither of us were supposed to lift anything.
No, we weren't supposed to lift anything. Alicia's mum had to help us.
Well, no, we managed to go down and lift the pram out. I don't know how we did that.
Yeah.
Our friends, Josie and Phil, helped a lot as well.
Yeah, Phil and Josie helped loads, yeah.
Because I was having trouble with
Couldn't ask for
Roman.
better friends. Huh?
I was having trouble with Roman, wasn't I, like feeding him and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was
It's a different story, Lish. Come on.
No, I'm just saying.
It's my
that-
story.
No. I'm just saying what was going
Yeah.
on at the time. It was a hard time in our life.
So it was such a weird, like, best day of my life, yeah, best time of my life, / worst time of my life. Obviously not knowing if it was cancer, I hadn't even had it biopsied yet. 3 weeks later, they sent it off. Huh?
You were saying about.
Oh yeah, when I was in the ward waiting to be seen, our actual neighbour walked through the doors of the ward, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "What are you doing here?" And he was just like, he told me, he was like, he went to work one day, went to the toilet and just started pissing blood. I was like, crap. And he went straight to the doctors. Doctors took him straight to Trelisk, and then like a couple of days later he was in hospital having the operation. They found cancer in his bowels, and I'll tell you more about him in a minute. But what was I saying? I had
3 weeks. Was it
3 weeks later, I had the results back. It was cancer. 2 different types of cancer. They didn't say which type. They just said 2 types of cancer. But the doctor was like, I don't like my doctor. She was just like, yeah, it was cancer. I was just, oh, okay. And then literally the way she said it, it just went straight over my head. I didn't even think about it. And then I got back and told Leash, and I was like, oh Leash, it was cancer. And she was like, what? And I was like, oh my god, it was cancer.
We had to go see the specialist as well, don't we, to talk about.
I was like, and then I was just like, oh my god, I had cancer. And then I can't remember now, like following weeks I had to go to a cancer part of the hospital, which was like scary. I went in, I had to go see another consultant of some sort, and this is good now. He said, we're really confident that we've got it all, and we got it soon, soon enough, quick enough.
He went into depth a bit more about what it was.
Yeah, you're not going to need any treatment.
You had to have follow-ups every month, didn't you?
Yeah. So you're not going to have you don't need any treatment, we're pretty confident, so but he said for the next 5 years you need we'll have regular blood tests, x-rays, CT scans, just to be on the safe side. So 3 years later, all clear. I had blood tests every month, a CT scan and then a chest x-ray every 6 months. As the months went on, after 6 months my blood tests went to every 4 months because nothing was coming up. CT scans, nothing's coming up. Basically, it's 3 years later now, nothing. I've got the all clear. So I'm so lucky. Back to my neighbour. After hearing my good news, obviously I'm just so grateful for everything in my life now. I've got 2 kids now. That's a good thing. I've had my daughter since, so that's just amazing. Don't want any more kids though. Happy with just the 2. I'm just so grateful for my life now. It just really makes you think you just really need to live life to the full and just make every minute of your life count. I've now left my job of 8 years since college, and I've now become a carer. That's been a lot of the reason why I wanted to become a carer, is because of my good situation. Me and Leisha got married.
Said all these good things. We did get married.
Oh yeah, we got married. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that bit. I'm joking. Yeah, we got married. Sorry. We got married. People know. Yeah, just making them just so grateful for my life, and we're happy. We've got a health. We struggle for money a lot, all the time, every month, but money doesn't mean anything.
Does help.
Yeah, it does help when you have money, but that's just life, innit? Yeah, back to my neighbour. I seen him again. Obviously we had a lot going on, and I seen him like a few months later, and he literally, I heard that he went back to hospital. He got an infection while having the operation. He looked like death. I'm not gonna lie, he looked skinny.
He wasn't the biggest man.
He wasn't a big bloke, but he looked like an old, frail old man. From what he used to walk his dog every day, like 3 or 4 times a day. He had a whippet. He used to walk it so much, and now, like, looking at him this day that I seen him, I was just like, oh my god. And I spoke to him. He just went like this to me. And I got home and I told Leash, and I was just burst into tears. So it feels like, what the hell? Like, I just actually couldn't believe it. And he got given a year to live, and they're literally waiting for him to die now. He's stopping chemo because it's just making him ill, and he's gonna die. Yeah, he just doesn't want to do it anymore. He just feels more ill. He just had his grandchild. He's seen his grandchild. I don't know why I'm crying. But he's gonna die. Just really makes me grateful for my life. I just can't believe it. Don't deserve it. No one deserves to have cancer, but this is the whole point of me making this video, is that it's not always a bad thing. Like, I'm okay. I'm gonna live a long and happy life, and he isn't. But yeah, I'm all good. I've got my family, my wife, and we're all good. I did not think that was going to happen. We don't talk about it much, we just get on with it.
Kind of just leave it. I don't know, we kind of forget about it now, don't we? Well, not forget about it, because I don't think you can ever forget about it. But no one knows, really. This is a big step for you doing this video, because we hardly tell anyone about it. Which I personally think you should tell more people.
I do, I speak to people and they tell me things, and I say, oh, you know, you're not the only one, kind of thing. And that's when I don't go around saying, oh, I had cancer.
No, I'm not saying that you should do that, but
yeah,
more young people should know, because, like, you're only 23 when it happened.
I was only 23, and apparently it happens.
That's the prime
It's
age.
common. 1 in 3 men between 16 and like 20 something can get it.
And there was 3 men in our family.
Yeah, and there's 3 men in the yeah.
You, Dad, and Dale, or you, Dad, and
Yeah.
Philip.
And I was the one.
Out of 3 men close to us, 5 men, you were the one to get it.
But no, it's not always a bad thing. I'm good, but I'm one of the lucky ones. So
Check your bollocks.
yeah, check yourself before you wreck yourself. No, always check, and don't be embarrassed to go to the doctors, because you just don't mess around with that sort of thing. Just go. Yeah. So,
Definitely for the no fear, get a smear campaign.
no fear, get a smear.
Did it
Yeah.
run clear?
Good. Yeah, Leisha had a smear done. Oh, and I heard that for men, if they do a pregnancy test and they have cancer, it will come up positive. Because when you have cancer,
Sends off
you produce a hormone called ECG, which what women produce when they're pregnant. HCG. HCG.
Yeah, it's
Basically, men do a pregnancy test. If it comes up positive,
Go to
then
the
you
doctor.
need to go to the doctors. Okay, heads up. Well, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I really didn't think I was gonna cry.
It's good to show you it's real life.
I'm a bit of a pussy anyway when it comes to things like that. I could cry at X Factor. Anyway, thanks for watching.